Damn.
About time pros have one part for the whole job. Why juggle 10 different suppliers when one can do all? At the Home Depot, you'll save with pricing built for pros. You'll stay on track with job site delivery, schedule, next day, or same day. And you'll get every size, every finish, every job lot quantity you need. One part for the entire job. That's how pros get more done. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
Report is sponsored by Cal Shoes Trade. There's a freeway closure to look out for this morning. I-96 westbound between Kinston to the road at US 23. Following an earlier vehicle fire at Spencer Road in the Bright area. Your best bet is choose Grand River instead. I'm Michelle Pickett for traffic. The conference championships are yet again on the weekly of all legalization of Highland County. Right now, gold is trading at 42% of Seattle. A $100 trade paid out $228. Use code SAND to get 20 bucks to be traded for.
You know, every Michigan is fine. Whether you're staying close at home or taking off for winter getaway. And broken bridge to security. So, we're offering you a $5,000 vacation. And savings up to $5,000 for your paycheck. Home or red. Action is up to you. 5-star services. And more. Trust me, guaranteed. It's 1937. There's a open quote today. There now. And enjoy free on Sunset at Tsunami For Brainrot Uping Saturday. Shop indoors with cheap covers, free on vehicles. All price available. This is awesome. And you can see more fun. Some for more and get a free 50% luxury. Plus, get an extra $1,000 for your trade. Push it, pull it, or drag it in. See all now at DriveStera.com. The indoor pre-owned sale. At Ceremony, F53 and 30 miles, right on the corner. And get it on Saturday at 6. Don't miss it. Get the birth in advance and get respect. Call 1-800-CALL-SAM today. I'm Cheryl Palzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association. It's company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development. It shows American Eagle the leadership here. American Eagle the response was that understand the front and back end requirements. Website that can handle the complexity of running thousands of seminars nationwide. A one-on-one website and it builds SEO, immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. You're in need of managerial effectiveness and success. Visit our website at feminist.org. You're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience. I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com. Break on group business today. Dial 877-711. Are you a high-level CFU and you look ready for your next sale? Maybe for full connectivity. Don't forget the concept of your Tesla and Tesla relevant to a company. Putting your head based on all money market is looking for live active and free active CFC programs. Set up and operate specialists who monitor That's the number 3, dimensional.com. If you want the first Super Bowl, who do you think will get to the Super Bowl? started in the back, but that's routine. Yes. But he takes it in.
Changes his life. First of all,
below zero. They'll stay through Saturday morning, and it's going to be so cold this weekend that several places are closing. Wayne State University, they're going to move to online classes. Belle Isle Nature Center, they're going to close. The zoo as well is going to close, and there's an event scheduled for Birmingham that is going to take place on the 24th, which is at the Birmingham Outdoor Festival.
When was that supposed to be?
Tomorrow.
Okay. And it's still going on, or is it's on?
It's too much burn.
Okay.
It's burn.
That's what the money is. So I'm glad that those people will be gone. Fancy. Yeah, I guess it's, I don't know, obviously Lisa has to take care of all the details. I know there's something for everything.
Yes, your first night out together since Teddy was born.
Yes. First night in the state that I out.
It's 4 years.
Yes, be careful.
Abe Hutchinson has been named a finalist for the AP Defensive Player of the Year, which is pretty cool. So he's recorded 14 interception. He is also nominated with Will Anderson, Miles Garrett, Micah Parsons, and Nick Bonito. Pretty cool. Hutchinson earns the most votes. He be the first player in franchise history to be named Defensive Player of the Year.
It's good when I was here. I mean, congratulations. I don't need to say that it's not a great accomplishment. It's a terrific accomplishment. And happy to see more of these in the future. He will be a finalist for this award. And I just think he'll win it at some point, but Miles Garrett just had fun.
Trade that out to pursue a career on the upside in coaching. So say it's time for me to report as retired. So good luck in the future. In response to the shocking firing of Sean McDermott, thousands of Buffalo Bills fans have now actively or are actively petitioning for the team to reinstate the coach. So they started a petition on change.org, and it's already drawn tens of thousands of signatures from fans who are calling his hired hurricane saying that he deserves another chance, especially with the team's new stadium, Verizon. As of Thursday afternoon, there was more than 29,000.
Y'all not even playing bad. What you talking Y'all not even playing bad. What you talking
Suggest you watch it if you can get over the fact that he started it. But there is like
It's hard to get over the fact that he is featured.
you get all the stuff that you know, like so you have your transmission.
Y'all not even playing bad.
That sounds like an offer something you would enjoy this one. I really do.
Well, the Leo version, I would say that, because it's
I'm not Jeffrey. It was hard to the one that I replied.
like the rubber.
This one I would like I like this movie. I like that it's based on true stories of the movie anyway.
The rugby, just for a second.
Yeah,
You should buy it on its inception.
we have to watch it.
Watch it. I got Dorothy. And if we after you serve on about it, you can sit there and stuff.
I don't even know what it's about.
Dreams and dreams.
But I'm not, sci-fi is not, doesn't qualify as,
away with it. So court documents say that this guy posted the flight attendant from This says 2017 to 2019, which isn't 4 years, but I think this is when he was posing as a flight attendant. Used these fake IDs to get free tickets reserved for pilots and flight attendants from 3 other airlines. And during the incident, he used to request to sit in the jump seat in the cockpit with pilots. So huge security issues going on here. There's no explanation of why any of these airlines didn't investigate that his credentials were fake. But we don't also know which airlines were involved, except to say that they are based in Honolulu, Chicago, and Fort Worth. He pleaded not guilty this past Tuesday. On wire project. It's crazy.
It is crazy to think that he got away with it for so long.
The moon's still up next to top 7 movies, John.
Now, keep it to the 50 charts. 97.1.
Hey, if your loss has been on your mind, Dr. Berkowitz at Michigan Hair Restoration is the doctor you need to go see. He was just named the top hair restoration surgeon in the Midwest. And that award reflects what his patients already know. Dr. B, he's had the procedure himself. He's restored his full hair and his neck too. And then it comes to self, he doesn't get out his full hair. So, he's the only physician in Detroit offering both SmartGraft and NeoGraft. All performed by his full-time in-house medical team. There's no traveling text, no shortcuts, just real natural hair you can run your fingers through. If you've been waiting for the right time, this is it. Don't put it off another year. Make 2026 the year you look like yourself again. Schedule your free consultation today, and when you mention 97.1, you'll receive $1,000 off your procedure. Dr. B treats every patient like family. Visit MichiganHairRestoration.com.
Resolution. Listen, if you're young and healthy, it's simple. Any old agent can get it done. But if you're 50 to 60 years old with a touch of wide waistband syndrome or have correlating health issues, you need to call Big Blue, a German provider. Big Blue doesn't think Switzerland with young and healthy rates only to bother you with the truth down the road. $1 million of coverage could be as low as $200 per month. And unlike that treadmill, this one won't collect dust in a corner. Long-term providers, speak with Big Blue. Find out how much you can save you on your new $1 million life insurance policy. 800-200-1966. 800-200-1966. Remember, Big Blue's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-200-1966. Yourself this. What is your weird lately? Playing with families. I personally just don't look at on every game. Like hotel stays, fun is best, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code ratio250PM. And get your first pass and the bonus bet up to $250. Check all day first, save hundreds of electronic shirts. Really fun, blood, and force. Those are the cars.
commercials from the 90s.
soaps today as it's funny you mentioned I consider it nice. I use that one a little bit, but I think
Siege
aside
Maiden.
from that. Solves the Cold War. That's a good job. Brought to you by Rick Chevrolet. 5-7. One of the things that I really like about it is only 24 hours. And so when you're there, check out the Planet Fitness Live membership. It's not a online or the free Planet Fitness app. We're almost strong on this Planet Fitness.
Language learning experts give you the most effective way to learn another language. With other the people who really know what you need to learn another language, the format, BABBL.com. Let's try to support the Michelle, and you've instructed. We've all heard the challenges of these
Siege Maiden.
Explore 10 specializations, including finance, HR, cybersecurity, digital industry in demand and credentials to employers. No application fee if you apply. Certified operations innovation. This is the story of the one. getting insights on your money, more importantly, on your life. Follow and listen to Jill on Money. Somebody's got a sensor like English, other Fleetbird to use, maybe. Also, I'm looking at the one. That's just that's bad. Before we had hanging off Martin Anderson. Some is there's some ball getting a lot of play. Johnny, you want to set this up for people?
Yeah, so the first basketball player that was given eligibility, or at least a stay of execution, is Benito. A fourth-year player now at Alabama. 3 years at Alabama. Has been out for 3, I believe it is, and has been signing 2-way contracts in the NBA. He was he the one? There was one that was drafted, one that wasn't. I don't think he was drafted, but has played in the G League, has played in Europe as a quote-unquote professional. He was originally denied by the NCAA. A judge, not surprisingly, in Tuscaloosa, and said that we're going to put a TRO in place so that for the next 10 days until it's heard by another judge, he can go ahead and play. This is the response by companies.
I just think that I don't want to consider really tough cases for the evidence that I considered and what you definitely stated. And coaches are doing what they want to do. You know, I get kicked out of it, so some of my folks who feel wanting to give it to about it, but hey, when I don't do it, the
going on. He's obviously talking about it at the basketball side of things. But it's something that is plaguing college athletics right now. And every single time that it's come up where it's been an eligibility issue, he's come out in the fight from it and on the inside. You're constantly got a line going on in the big guard students. You're going to enemy this now for a year. The place for Boston healthcare is still in the middle. It's already But it seemed like the audio was like a second ahead of the video. I don't know. Like the guy was announcing a goal before the punch was done. But everything was followed by TV. I think that's the takedown. I see that another broadcast. Maybe it is because something lags on TV or whatever it is. I think it would. So that it picks up better because it's in the message follow it is. Yes. So she's hustling out from work. I was downstairs in the basement. Upstairs. And she's given something. I got upstairs to see her reaction. She walks in the living room and is standing on a hardwood. While she was outside, looking at it. I come upstairs and I walk out on the she immediately turns to me and go back to Hannah with her shoes on. I mean, that's the first thing that happened. Like the first thing that happened. It's that. I'm like, who told me? Okay. Should have known better. And I said, no, apparently
Here's something I learned is what's more important is the pad.
Padding, yeah, padding is actually a padding now because after 20 years, the padding gets worn down to nothing.
And I think when you build your house and you're on a budget, we probably have the cheapest possible pad. Our builders did a great job of the cheapest possible pad as a cost-cutting measure, and we inverted that and had the best possible pad.
To me, the most important thing is you're not going to find out until years later. So the carpet starts like lifting. I mean, that's just how good of a job they do installing it. You won't know until 2, 3, 4, 6 years down the line. Because really good installers, they won't lift. Like, I feel like, some of our house, it started lifting faster than the other parts of the house. So what the hell? We didn't do anything different. We didn't walk in it more or less, depending, what room it
Like
was.
separating from the tax control.
Yeah, they started to lift up, dude. You can see it coming up off the ground.
One of the things that this time around, we did not go to a big box store for our carpet. We went to a specialist.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, we only did one. Well, we only did one room for a reason.
Yeah, well,
The plan was to do but we just did one. All right, we sidetracked enough. Lions news yesterday. We will get into that. If you want to talk some Red Wings, losers last night in overtime, but still in a good spot, man. With each passing day, that team gets a little bit more credible, a little bit more credible, a little bit more credible. And I would say that coming out of the Olympic break, please stay hot. I mean, last year was the Four Nations Cup, the break that they were a winning team going in and they were a losing team coming out. And that's something we're hoping to avoid. The year before there was the sweep by Ottawa, and right at the trade deadline time, that kind of was the mark, the demarcation between them being competitive and not. Last year was Four Nations. This year we got this Olympic break. Rugby fans, how you feeling about this team being able to keep it up? Is there anything different? Or is it just hope? Hope that it won't happen again. 248-539-9797. Martian Anderson, 97.1. San Marcin Law has been respecting Michigan clients for more than 50 years. When insurance companies deny or delay, they aren't respecting you. They demand that respect, and they get results to prove it. Get the Bernstein Advantage. 1-800-CALL-SANG.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to get stronger just around the corner. You can give everything you've got. Whether you want to crush a few reps before class with our expanded strength equipment or sweat it out on your way home from work, with over 2,800 locations, there's Planet Fitness close to you, and most are open 24 hours. Join the club today and save $28 or more with the join for $1 down to $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends January 30th. Are you coming? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
The Mega Millions drawing comes on.
Tonight's winning numbers are...
You look at your ticket. A little luck could go a long way.
Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is $266 billion.
Okay, I have to tell you. I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
A hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I used for my set. Shiny like this.
Designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. They had it. Now everyone's asking. Where'd you get your fancy like?
eBay has all the parts that didn't work on. No more. Just beautiful.
Millions of signs, each with a story. eBay. Things people love. Oh, that flu, babe. Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
No. I got this. Okay. I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list. Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
97 Love the Ticket has given you a chance to win the ultimate VIP experience at the Flint Fireworks Game, January 30th at the Duke Financial Center. Sweet tickets, food, swag, and watch the game with Red Wings alumni Joey Koser and Terry McCartney. Register to win at 97londonticket.com.
Hi, I'm Greg Brown, General Manager at Sarah Chevrolet of Southfield. And right now, we're making it easier than ever to get into a brand new Chevrolet. Drive the all-electric 2026 Equinox EVLT for just $199 a month with $999 down. For gas, 2026 Equinox LT or 2026 Trax LT can be yours for $249 a month with $999 down. Incredible vehicles, smart payments, the Sarah experience you can trust. Visit
understand their sport at an elite level, and two, that he can help them become a better player. That's the attitude I took to Dr. Yaldo 7 years ago. Watching games and reading the press notes had become a personal professional struggle. Dr. Yaldo told me at the age of 60, cataracts were beginning to blur my vision, which is very normal, and that everybody else my age can't read small print either. He gave me a relatively new procedure back then called bifocal lens implants. It was amazing. It still is. And the technology is even better today, 7 years later. If you've had enough of those annoying readers, you lose them, whatever, or dealing with glasses and contacts, then see the man with elite level skills. He'll restore the vision of your youth in a few painless minutes with either custom LASIK or bifocal lens implants. The evaluation is free at YaldoEyeCenter.com. And please tell him Stoney sent you.
Let your voice be heard. Call the T Las Vegas 97.1 the ticket studio line at 248-539-9797. T Las Vegas, the home for Detroit sports in Vegas. Text the ticket now. Ticket text 248-539-9797.
My car, Scott Anderson, 97 on the lines, 248-539-9797. So, there's the cold. We got some stuff we need to ask you about with the cold. It's coming up this weekend. Red Wings last night. You know, thinking about the Red Wings is getting a point is actually decent, given who Minnesota is and going on back-to-backs. And we're wondering, is there any evidence that this team isn't going to swim after a long break like they did last year, after the trade deadline like they did the year before? Is there any evidence that March is going to be good to this team? Or are we just hoping?
Well, I'd like to think that the last 3 years were the aberration. Like, you're not supposed to do that every year for 3 years. That doesn't, and let alone a fourth. I'm going with the odds. The odds are in the Red Wings' favor. It's not going to happen again. But come on. Yeah.
Sure,
I guess. Well, they're in a better place now than they were a year ago.
they seem to be playing better now than they are.
They are first place in the conference.
Right. In part because of the schedule. Like,
In part because it's been,
well, how many games have they played?
52.
And Tampa's behind them with 48 and 1 point back. So, Tampa's probably going to pass them. I'm pleased with where they are, don't get me wrong. But, Tampa's got 4 games. But, Montreal is in third place. He's one game behind. They're 4 points back. So they're authentically near the top of the Eastern Conference. But they have played 4 games. 248-539-9797. Adam in Gibraltar. Hi, Adam.
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's up?
Yeah, I'm a diehard Wings fan. I'm bought into this team. I think even after the Olympic break, I think this team has a certain level of toughness that certain Red Wings teams in the past didn't have. You can tell that they're better in the front of their own net this year than years past too. PK's a little better. I mean, the middle of the pack, still top 8, top 7 power play unit. But the thing that worries me the most is in the jam-packed Eastern Conference that we see, they need to start winning in regulation if they want to be serious contenders. I feel like finishing off games or even knowing how to take the lead late in games. Giving a point on back-to-back days is great against good teams, but I feel like when it comes to the end of February, early March, if they can start winning in regulation, I think they're going to be serious playoff contenders.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. You look at the top teams. Montreal has fewer wins in regulation, but many of the top teams in the East have. I guess not all. I hear what you're saying. Wins in regulation that cost them a ton of playoffs a couple of years ago.
Right, and I can see them making the playoffs, but I don't expect them to be like a 1 or a 2 seed going to the playoffs. I can realistically see them being like a 3 or a 4 or a 5 seed going into the playoffs. But like I'm saying, if they can start winning in the regulation, later part of the year, I can see them being that first or second seed in the playoffs, depending on what Tampa does.
Yeah, I hear you. And
at the end of the season, that's a tiebreaker for some categories. So it'd be nicer to not have to wait for that. But I don't know if that's a harbinger of things to come in the playoffs. That they can't close out games. I think does that show that they do? Some of those games they came back to go to overtime. They weren't always ahead. But I get it. It's valid.
All right, 248-539-9797. What makes you believe this rugby team will not have a collapse late in the season? As we've unfortunately grown accustomed to playing really well right now. Okay, news yesterday, Gator, and Dan Skipper is hanging on. Dan Skipper, one of the all-time favorites, is hanging on. And, of course, we remember Dan Skipper for all his contributions to Detroit. Dan Skipper might be in a category all by himself.
He might be.
As a all-time favorite, not great player in Detroit. He served a purpose. He played a role. He became a cult hero. But nobody ever said we're good when players got hurt because of Dan Skipper. But we loved him.
I find him to be a really interesting character in Detroit sports history because I'm not sure I would put him in the category of like always a great role player like, Ryan Rayford was for the Tigers back then when they were, playing good baseball 15 years ago or whatever, or, like a Darren Helm was a role player that the fans were attracted to. Dan Skipper became, as you said, a cult hero because of something that he did on the field. It wasn't recognized by the officials on an iconic play when he reported tackle eligible, and they didn't announce it. And then he's the one that gets blamed for it. So every time he came into the game after that, at Ford Field, number 7 is recorded as eligible. The crowd went nuts.
It went nuts. And I went back and watched the highlight again today, and it was so clearly an official's mistake. He ran away after Decker had reported and didn't see and acknowledge Skipper. But it was more than just that. Skipper it was more than just the reporting eligible thing. And Detroit loved this guy. Is he in a category all by himself? Or are there others, in recent memory, in any Detroit sport that is Skipper-esque? Who is most Skipper-esque? 248-539-9797. Dan Skipper, the tyrant for the Lions. It's Carson Anderson, 97.1.
Hey fellas, it's Rieger, and I'm pretty proud of my New Year's resolution. It's not like one of those boring ones like get in better shape or eat better. No. My New Year's resolution is to be ready when she is, with the help of Blue Chew chewable tablets. Blue Chew tablets can help you feel and perform at your best. Strong, longer-lasting. They're like PEDs for your downstairs, but totally legal, and they're so good that you'll be having flashbacks to your glory days. Be more confident when it counts with Blue Chew. And it just so happens that we have a special deal for all of the guys listening. You always get your first month of Blue Chew for free. Pretty cool, right? Just go to BlueChew.com, use promo code 971, the numbers 971 at checkout, cover $5 for shipping, and you'll be ready to show up during life's most exciting moments. Discover your options at BlueChew.com, and then the fun part, chewing and doing. Check out BlueChew.com. Trust me, guys, you're going to thank me for this one.
Hey, here reminding you that Hollywood Casino Greentown is Detroit's home for sports. Catch every game at the Sportsbook. Enjoy game day action at the Rock Bar. And dig into all of the weekday specials at the Sportsbook restaurant, from a $9 all-American cheeseburger and fries to the all-you-can-eat boneless wings for just $13. Plus, check out all the daily drink specials. And now, January 25th, place a $100 pro football playoff bet, and you can win $10 cash during the big game. Only at the Sportsbook. And keep the excitement going with your 70 table games on the casino floor. Visit HollywoodGreentown.com for details and reservations. And a reminder, must be 21 and older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Enjoy your way ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
You can save big on 6 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or Burners. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your car. Lemonade, Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hold your horses. You can't start the new year in that old car. This is Tanya Lalonde from Summit Place Kia. We'll get you out of that old car, even if you owe $9,000 more than it's worth. Is your credit headed south? It's okay. We can get you approved. So come see me, Tanya Lalonde, today. Summit Place Kia in Clinton Township, Auburn Hills, and at SummitPlaceKia.com. For car buying is always super fun, super fast, and super easy.
Refresh your bathroom with big savings at Lowe's. Reimagine your bathroom with up to 40% off select faucets during our Bath Savings event. Need it today? Order by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Shop for your bathroom refresh at Lowe's. We help, you save. While supplies last, selection varies by location. Same-day delivery on eligible in-stock items. Subject to availability. Fees vary. Visit Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for full terms.
Paramount Plus, the new home of UFC, coming out swinging. UFC 324. Oh, what a shot! 325. Back-to-back weekends. Era is here. Fight. One subscription. Review. Just got knocked out. Back-to-back blockbuster UFC events. This month, only on Paramount Plus. The Detroit Pistons host the Houston Rockets. Pregame tonight at 6:35 on 97.1 The Ticket.
Governor Scott Anderson has someone to say, Dan Skeeter might be in a category all by himself as an elite emergency break glass guy. I don't know how else to describe him. Nobody, and I say this with all respect to him, I think that guy carved a role for himself on one of the best teams in football the last few years. That, people never thought he was the answer or said they need more skipper, but everybody appreciated what he did. He also had some of the most notorious moments in Detroit sports history. None bigger than this one on a 2-point conversion in Dallas back on December 30th of 2023.
Takes turns, takes the kill on number 7. Throws into
notorious moment for Dan Skipper. On December 5th of 2024, the Lions were playing Green Bay. He was forced into action, started at left tackle, played 80 snaps. 80. And the Lions beat the Packers that day. And maybe this moment is even better. After the game, Dan Campbell gave Dan Skipper a shout-out in the locker room. The cameras cut to a shot of Skip down on one knee over in the corner of the locker room. Over in Travis Trousers. Right? There you go, Skip. Keep throwing them, whatever you're doing over there. That's a great moment. What? A few weeks later, December 15th, 2024, the Lions hosting the Bills. They faced a 2nd and 4 in the red zone, down by 2 scores. Here's what happened. Behind 7 on 2nd and 4. Takes, makes the give. Skip now throws, got a man wide open. Big man touchdown. Elbow and ready. He got the end zone.
There you go. What was that, TJ? They both